Hi guys, so Bayonetta is a action-adventure game series created by Hideki Kamiya, developed by PlatinumGames and owned by Sega. Today we are talking about first part, which was initially released on Nintendo, but later ported to PC. Unfortunately, I don't have access to Nintendo Switch consoles and second and third part. Also, there was Syriza Demon Origins or something like that, the new part which came out this year. So today we're talking only about first part, distinct from the other. So as I don't have access to them, I can't tell anything about the whole story, but I can review this one. It's important to mention that I'm a very casual gamer. I don't play a lot of games, and this one I played only because I decided to start streaming and check it out if it will work for me. So I don't have a lot of experience in that plotline video games, because previously I was playing Destiny, Warframe and something like that, so it was mostly MMORPG, not plot games. But now I decided to try streaming, and I have a library of video games which I have to go through to see stories, because once again I love stories. Not that type of stories in Instagram for Gen Z, God forbid, like no. I'm talking about stories and storytelling. Books, I don't have to explain it. So my criteria for video games are pretty simple. It's story itself at the first place, then it goes gameplay, if it's enjoyable, design, character design, game design, level design, everything about that. And the most important, if I had fun. So when I'm talking about story, what do I mean? I mean basically three different things. It's story itself, first part, like everything what is happening from the beginning till the end. All events which are filling this route from A to Z. Second part, I would call world building. So it's basically setting of the universe in which we are acting, like a gamer and like a representative of the person which is engaged in everything, and what is happening underneath the surface, which ties all that different things together. And the third section, which I would say is the most important in all this structure, is narration, like delivery of the story. How does it bring the experience of the story itself to gamer, viewer, reader, like anyone who is trying to get sense of it. It's the most important part because it shapes directly all your experiences. And here it's a really interesting situation when story-wise, like plot-wise and world building-wise, Bayonetta isn't something like really impressive. There are no options for like, ooh, don't get me wrong, it's like we have some interesting moments about standoff. Lumen Sages is like good guys versus bad guys, which is Umbra witches. It's like light and darkness, good and evil, and how they supposed to keep the balance between them all, and casual people like mortals are in the middle. So there is nothing innovative or original in that way, because if you will consider at least like some kind of investigation inside of your head. You can easily understand and predict all like plot twists. I wouldn't say like all plot twists, but main idea was pretty obvious. So for me from the start. Settings wise, it's also like feels like mid, you know. Don't get me wrong, there are cool moments of descriptions of Umbra witches and how they suffered from witch hunts, what was happening for their loved ones, even that moment when it was described which graves and grave coffins they were using for burying witches and their like relatives. It was interesting. I wouldn't say like cool or engaging, because it would be disrespectful to the idea of these bad things. But there are some really cool ideas and really engaging concepts weaved inside the setting, and all this backstory of witches and their stand against lumen sages. With all this said, it would seems like I would rate story around 5 of 10 or something like that. But the delivery makes the difference. This clip which I showed in the beginning is pure representation of style of the game, because authors and creators know their audience very, very well. Like one guy in the comment wrote that he was looking for a hard game, not the game which will make him hard, you know. That's the point. There are a lot of cringe inside the cutscenes and really, really crazy stuff. But I'm smiling, and this means that I enjoyed the delivery the most, even if the story and setting doesn't seem for me something like really interesting to investigate and to explore, like hidden mysteries or something like that. It was, even if I walk through all books which I could find in the game itself, reading it and trying to make sense of what is happening in general and to see some backstory. It was interesting, some cool concepts, but nothing really like special, you know. But the delivery made it work 100%. So cutscenes, characters, how they were interacting with each other, how it all displayed, especially transitions, all that this old movie stuff looking like with tape corners, etc. It was really cool. And narration, how it weaves together the style of the game, which is really the point of game design, but game, I will spoiler it, the game itself has its own unique very impressive style, which displays full potential of this unbelievable woman. You will get what I'm saying when you will try at least walk through shorts on the channel. So there is what a lot of things to think about. Yeah, and delivery, I mean narration, is on the highest level. I enjoyed it very much, so in general I will rate story section, like all tied together, around like 8 of 10. Next part, gameplay. Here is important to understand that game itself was released in 2009. In 2016, if I'm not wrong, it was ported to PC. So mainly it was like only for consoles. Port itself I would say it's good. Like there are no issues like in Neo when I tried it, and basically in starting manual it shows you how to press buttons on controller. Even if you're playing on keyboard and mouse, no. Port is good, and everything, at least from my own experience, seems right, but there are nuances. I don't know if it's just mine issues or I have some delay or on what it does depend, no idea. There are clearly some stutters in controlling, because there are moments when I was clicking like shift, it's dodge, and there were some delays. So I started on medium level, and it was like okay at first, but the further you go, game becomes really not forgiving for mistakes, and if you have some micro delays, it will not give you a chance to go through the story. So I get a solution, I change the difficulty to the easiest one and pass through it without any issues. So if you are like me, who just want to enjoy the story and work through the game, I encourage you to use the easiest difficulty, go through it. If you are a person who is trying to challenge themselves and teach yourself all these combos with like micro delays, how to use it, you can try, but I don't know, like maybe it's just some delay at my PC and my keyboard. If it will work without any issues for you, you are free to try it. Like game after the first walkthrough, it opens like the second cycle when you can check for harder difficulty, and it like really becomes a hell. So if you're that hardcore gamer and want to experience like really skill dependent gaming, feel free to check. If controls will work for you, I will be happy for you. Port itself seems okay for me. Gameplay, like in-game experience wise, also feels good, so there are no massive troubles with transitions, cutscenes, and etc. So it feels really good and enjoyable. Gameplay feels intuitive. You can practice in like gaps between chapters to check all the combos, combinations, and how to tie them together. Game itself like really intuitive. If you especially played some video games before like that, consoles or something from that spectrum, you will easily understand how to use it, because as I said, I'm not a usual gamer, I'm just very casual one, and some issues for me were not understandable from the first time, but the next time I already understood it, especially with previous experience from like previous chapters. Game really teaches you how to play it. So yeah, gameplay is like 9 of 10. It doesn't feel like something, once again, but it's good, just good, only like delays. Next thing is game design, and game design wise, as I said, creators know their audience very well, and they did everything they could to make this game and characters as memorable and mimetic as they could. Like if we were talking about territories and places, level design, all this stuff, Also feels nice for me. There are pretty cool like places, some even chapters with different experience in vertical and horizontal planes. Everything feels not, I would not say like it's something, once again, wow experience. There were cool moments, when I was like really impressed by level design. There were uncountable variety of moments where I was like absolutely shocked of character design. Like, physics is like we will return to the comment from the previous section when I said about the strength and hardness. But I would also say like around 8 of 10. Everything feels good. Most of parts of like level design fits exactly inside the mission, so you have some little puzzles, you have like no extra empty spaces, but you need to understand that the game is very linear itself, so you will not have this opportunity of exploration, because there are just a few hidden places with like resources or something like that. Everything else is like straight away through the story. I wouldn't say it's bad, but I will also not say that it's something like, once again, innovative. It's like around 7 of 10 also. It's nice, feels good, but because of character design and because of animations, cutscenes, everything else is like makes a difference. So I would even upgrade it to 8 of 10, just because how many memes for myself I made of this game, it's unbelievable. Yeah, but there is one moment when after subtitles in the end they are dancing, and just this one section deserves 10 out of 10 or even 100 out of 10, because it's great. And the last part is one of the most important, I would even say the most important in game in general. If I had fun. And gosh, I had so much fun in this game, because even with nuances, with controls, and that I had to recycle when I already passed through 1/3 of the game to change the difficulty. I enjoyed it very much. It was cool experience. And I had that feeling like I'm not doing my second job, you know, farming something, going through like raids or something like that. No, I'm just having rest and having fun, what is the most important thing in gaming, because you are enjoying story, you are enjoying gameplay, and like new experience. So what would I say in the end if I recommend you to check out this game, and what is my humble opinion about it? Go for it. It absolutely worth your time if you can get your hands on consoles like from Switch, because as I say, I can't at this point, but I hope something will change in future and we will get to part 2 and part 3. Guys, check it out. It's really cool, enjoyable experience. It's not very long, like on stream it took me around 10 or 12 hours, I believe, so not very long game, but you will have new memories which you will not pipe like at any point after that. and and the most important, I believe 100% that you will have fun. So yeah, that's it from me for today. Check out the game, have fun, and love stories. How would they use a target audience? You can't just skip it, like, she's dancing, dancing. Look at this angle. Just let me go, I want to sleep already. Oh, there's the one in the back. Godlike perfection. That's it.
Bayonetta.
Game, try it. Perfect. See you next time.